What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the remote front office here. Today we are going to be going over. We are now officially 5 games in for some teams to the NBA season. We're going to be discussing one team in particular today. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. We do cover the NBA over here. Now that we are back to having the NBA full time, the plan is to still be 2 days a week. So, today, the team we are covering should be no surprise to anybody. For the hoodie, we are covering the Chicago Bulls. So, told you guys were going to get a Bulls rant at some point, whether positive, negative, in between, right? So, what we're going to start this off with is a pretty simple kind of overview, right? So, through 5 games, as of right now, the Bulls are attempting about 44.2 3-pointers per game. Now, if you guys have watched the Bulls, followed the Bulls, listened to any of my Bulls rants before, you will know that this team typically is bottom like 4 in 3-pointers attempted every year. We very much are a slow pace, low 3-point team who relies pretty much exclusively on the defensive end in order to be competitive in, say, 99% of our games, right? However, this year, we have embraced the push the pace. If you guys listen to the Billy Donovan kind of pressers throughout the beginning of the season, he said that pretty much his main emphasis for the preseason over the offseason was getting guys conditioned, right? Getting them prepared to play an up-tempo style, getting them prepared to really kind of change how we've routinely had this team play. It hasn't really mattered the coach, the players. It's been pretty set throughout that we are a low 3-point, low pace team, and we're to win games off of our defense, right? So, with us shooting 44 3 so far, we are shooting 38%, which is amazing, honestly. Like, that's, if you guys would have told me we were shooting 38% on 44 threes, I would think we're undefeated, honestly. But it's been a lot of, so Josh Giddey is shooting really well as of right now. Again, this is as of right now, right? This is subject to change. As of right now, Josh Giddey is 10 for 17 on pretty much nothing but wide open threes, right? If you guys watched the Orlando game, though, he did shoot one on the break. And I was watching the game at the time and went absolutely ballistic, right? Because if anything, you expect, so I believe it was a 3-on-2, if I'm not mistaken, against Orlando. We had the momentum a little bit, and then we're on the break. He's got 2 players on the wing. It's Giddey bringing the ball up, 2 defenders back, right? I can't remember who was the top defender up, but they kind of half-step Josh Giddey, right? So they kind of stand there for a second, thinking he's going to kick it out, and then immediately go to rotate, right? Josh Giddey stops on the break and shoots it and makes it all net, clean shot. Went nuts, right? Again, granted, he is shooting on wide open threes, and he shot 17 of them, right? So who knows how this goes. However, if this is the Josh Giddey we get, it makes me a little nervous also because he is in a contract year, so maybe this is just a contract thing. We've seen plenty of players, play above their stature and get a contract, and then they kind of fall back to reality. But having him out there has been amazing. The other thing I want to credit this team with is the 4 guards in a Vooch lineup, right? So Lonzo played 3 games. So there was Lonzo, Giddey, LaVine, and I want to say it was Kobe White for the 4th guard, and then it was Vooch, right? And you saw this against Memphis. Just the court vision out there at that time. You've got Lonzo swinging the ball. You've got Giddey swinging the ball. You get Kobe hitting the one more, and Vooch hits a wing 3, right? Which Vooch, again, for as of right now, is shooting 46% from 3. I can almost promise you that's not staying true, right? Vucevic is not going to end the season above like 40%, right? Not happening. He'll be mid-30s. But seeing him have the confidence to shoot has been a really good sign. One thing that does make me nervous is Patrick Williams has not shot the ball great. So that does make me a little nervous. As of right now, he's about a 30% field goal percentage, not even 3-point percentage, right? He's been better from 3 than he's been from his overall field goal, which means his inside of 3 has been abysmal. That makes me nervous. The Zach still has kind of the I'm gonna chuck it tendency. It's not as often. It's not as blatantly obvious. I would like to see that kind of improve still. Io, I'd like to see him improve from the 3-point range. As of right now, shooting about 15%. But I think there's improvements to be made. Don't get me wrong, right? We're not undefeated. We're not clearing away the 1 seed. There's plenty of improvements to be made. I enjoy the hot start. However, I would kind of like us to fall back to earth now. I enjoyed the hot start. It was fine. It's cool. This is a really good draft class. I want to see LaVine and Vooch continue to play well. I wouldn't be surprised, at least for Vooch, if we see Vooch traded at the deadline, right? He came into the year with 2 years left. So trade deadline puts him like a year and a half, $20 million. I think a team will take him. The LaVine contract, obviously, I don't know. I think LaVine gets moved in the offseason. I don't think that's a right now move. But it also predicates on him staying healthy for this whole season. As of right now, he's showing promise. He's at 23 points right now. I would like to see maybe the assists come up a little bit. Right now, he's just under 3. Rebounds, he's been rebounding the ball pretty well. I just want to see him continue to play with pace, right? At least he seems like he's enjoying playing right now. We do have, I think it was Josh Giddey threw him the one more and he hit a 3 and he kind of looked back at him and high-fived him. They were really ecstatic for that moment. But I think all in all, I want to see Patrick Williams take his step that he needs to take. Io needs to get out of the slump from 3. We need Lonzo to come back healthy. There was something with his hand. He was told 10 days. We'll see. I would still like to see some of the younger guys get more minutes. As of right now, Dalen Terry's only getting about 8. Monis is getting about 6. Jalen Smith's getting a pretty decent amount of minutes. I would like to see more development out of guys, right? One thing that also made me nervous is, granted, it was 1 game and it was not for very long. Torrey Craig played some small ball center for us at one point. I don't love that. It was a game Jalen Smith was out, and who else? There was somebody else that was out for the Orlando game. But Torrey Craig played some small ball center for us. It was okay. I didn't love it. Would prefer not to see that a whole lot. Patrick Williams, if you're going to, play 30 minutes, I would like to see more than, 7 points on 30% field goal percentage. That'd be nice. I understand that without DeMar there, he has a chance to shoot more. I would love to see him shoot more. He's attempting almost 9 shots a game. It's just that you got to make them at some point, right? Whether it's a dunk, whether it's just an open jumper, anything. He looked uncomfortable against Orlando, is one way to say it. If you guys watched the 4th quarter against Orlando, I'm sorry. Like, both teams went 0 for like 21 or something at one point. It was just abysmal. But to see Chicago be able to keep the defense up, obviously we'll get into my Orlando rant of how much I've loved watching Orlando play at some point this season. But I think for the Bulls to make the right steps after seeing this team, again, 5-game sample size, it's not we're not halfway through the season. We're not 3/4 of the way through the season. We're not the All-Star break. This is a 5-game sample size. I want to see Patrick Williams make a little bit more of his shots. I want to see Josh Giddey keep up the 3-point percentage. Granted, it doesn't have to be 59%. I'm perfectly fine with him shooting like 37% even, I want to see Lonzo play healthy. I want to see the young guys get more minutes. I think all in all, as the season goes on, this team will start to lose more games, and it'll look more like we expected initially in the offseason, right? We won't have these, we're winning against Milwaukee or something, which the Milwaukee conversation will probably happen Monday unless they have a hell of a weekend. But yeah, the Milwaukee conversation will probably happen Monday, I'm going to be honest with you guys. But that's really all I have for this as of right now. Obviously, you guys will get more content from me, Bulls related, as the season goes on. The highs, the lows, me wanting to throw the team out the window, me thinking we're going to go undefeated. All of that stuff we'll go back and forth, obviously. But I appreciate you guys coming through. I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.